at 1700 hour, 24 minutes on Sunday, November 18th at 2018. I want to say I've been wanting to talk about this for the longest, but I still see a lot of people still do not get it. They think there's no such thing. They give it all these names throughout the known times of man. It's been given a different name. The most recent name, and the thing is, it's hard to talk about because in the spirit, people don't understand what a lot of people receive. As I said, I've been told before, I don't like other men. And these other men have passed on. And there's always like some type of heart disease, some type of heart attack, or they go missing. And I'm not scared because I'm not being looked at. But there's a lot of people that are being looked at. So, and it's hard for a lot of people to come out because what would happen is they have orders. And with orders, they only allowed to do certain things. That's why it's bad to see a young man or a young woman to get put into the system at a young age. It's bad enough we already in the system and we are being held counted for and accounted for. So what's happening now, as I learned, there's an understanding about lies and truth. I learned this, and it's very funny to people when I say it. Make people think about it. I want to like to challenge your mind. I want to be thought provoking and actually, could there be everything in my life? Could there be another way, another example? Is this the only way? Is this, people say you always seem like you searching because you never stop. There's only a few things at this time I can't think of right now because that's not what on my mind is. A lot of things is finite. It won't change. It won't happen. And a lot of things that we think is only finite, the one, and it can't go no farther. That's not, excuse me, who? That's not true because it's not true for all people. What finite truth is, got to be all truth. It got to end the same way, got to go the same way for all people. That's what I call finite. And as like, if you think a certain way, that's what's going to happen. That's finite. There go one. I can't get past the way you think. That's finite. It won't change. That's a rock. A rock can break, but it break into pebbles. You can remix it. It can turn into powder. You remix it. You put it back into the earth. It turned back into rock. You keep doing the same thing over and over in the rock. Rock will not lose the compounds, the elements that make up a rock. You might weaken it. You might make it dense, but it never lose it or who the element and the substance that make up what a rock is. It never will lose that because it's still dirt. It's dirt in this world. We still have skin particles that turn into dirt. There's sand and that come from glass, things that's broken up. People die. There's animals, they die, they carcass, and it move around the world. So what I want to talk about today is the structures of elite. I want to talk about my first time to my most recent time. I had a guy come up to me asking me, do I want to join an organization? I was like, what is the organization called? And this has all of them. But the last time they contacted me was in a way of, okay, you're more known. We're watching you, but we're not watching you because who are you? Who am I to people now? Like how you see people get rich, get famous real quick. Them people didn't get rich and famous real quick. Certain things had to happen. They signed on. That's why we call it a contract. Even marriage is a contract. Anything you do it is an agreement, which you are not allowed to say things your own way. Be yourself. Do what you want to do. They're under contract. They need permission from another human being on this earth. They need permission. There's no way on this green grass earth that I need permission from another human to do anything I desire to do. To talk to you, I don't need permission. But a lot of people can't because they need permission. That's why you would see people for like 2-3 years, like, oh, they're not even in social media, like a singer or actress or actor. They're under contract. They're not allowed to associate with the public. And how I know this because I've been contacted. And what they do is they bring somebody that's on your level. They cannot bring a person lower than you because when you start asking questions and which beyond me, I felt like they all was lower than me because I got asked questions. I was like, man, I may not be the brightest, I may not be the smartest. Smart mean art. You paint the picture of what you want people to think about you. That's what smart is. And but you're intelligent and your intuition, your intelligence, what is told to you, it's no way nobody can shake and rattle me or fluster me. So they have to come at you a certain way. But then when they realize they can't do it, even people over different religions, like, man, you need to be in the religion I'm in. I'm like, I don't want to be in no religion. What's so special about a religion that I can't do now? And what they all do is give me a long stare. They all have done it. Or a long pause. Because sometimes I was contacted not through actual being face to face or able to see the person. See, it so sound crazy, but don't if you that type of person, you have been contacted. You may not want to speak about it. You know this to be true. That's why you see all these people doing different things in their lives now. And I'll go back to the lie and the truth. You need a little bit of truth to tell a lie. Think about this. I always say this. And where's my book? Where's my green book? Is it in the... Here, hold on. Get my green book. Is always said that. Where is that? About truth versus facts. Truth can outshine facts because at the end you can change a fact to make it become the truth. Think about that. Truth versus facts. Truth outshine facts because at the end you can change a fact or some of the facts to make it become the truth. Think about that in our history of man and woman. If we look across the board, across the world, what's going on between men and women? I'm not going to say it, but you watch it. You see it. You go outside. And we think somehow the things we doing is just going to magic, more curses and spells, we wishing and all this, even hope sometimes is be cast as a spell or one of the incantations to say I hope, and even the word faith. This is translation through language. A lot of people won't understand this. A lot of people will not listen to this because what it's going to do is going to shake and rattle who they are. But some people are going to choose to accept. So as you see these people accepting it, and you will see it in their name. I'm beyond my color. I am elitist. I am beyond my color. I am. So my I am is based on the power of me. It's not based on an organization controlling my mind, watching through a TV and telling me what I should and shouldn't be. Like I said, when I was finally able to see and hear, my mind changed. And now when I read and I hear my voice, I can hear a difference. Then now I have me and my brother and sister used to do like these things on like how you listen to the radio and you would do like adventures. I go back and I heard one of those. My sister still had one of the tapes recorded and it was funny. That didn't sound like me as a young man. I never knew how I sound because I never heard who I was. I never knew me. So people, we are going along with things. We're not even sure of who we are. And that's the bad part about us because we're trying to create and become and start things with no foundation. We have no culture. Our culture is constantly being what you call that, not recycled, like it's being taken away over and over constantly. It's over and over. It's a new thing. It's a new thing. It's like that's not new. And it keeps saying there's nothing new under the sun. Other thing new under the sun is that I am being tricked on a daily basis. We are literally watching TV, watching television, watching movies, these shows, the industry. We are literally being taken away from who we truly are every single day. And we can't see that. And I see that I just use my race because we're the only race that has no resources in this country as a collective, as a conglomerate. There's no other race building with us. I don't see a marriage as I'm building for assets for my child future. I see a marriage for the example so I can build. See, and it sounds different to people. When you learn how to hear, you learn how to comprehend. How they say the dissonance of who you are, your psyche, your mentality, your brain and your heart, your spirituality, it all changes. Everything come different. You ever read, even if you read things that are spiritual today, or you read them 5 years ago, you ever read them today, the whole understanding change because you bettered yourself. I hoped. Sometimes your understanding can get worse or it can stay stagnant and it stands still. So it can be idle. It can be at a queue where you didn't learn or do nothing. And your understanding now is gone because you have not built on it. And here's a good example. Today I think about this. I thought about suicide in my life. And today I thought about I'm worthless. All my African native descent women tell me I'm worthless every day. And I went to some YouTubes, like stuff will come on, like, I try to do not add this to my recommendations. Because I like to study and learn. Like my recommendations, my videos, a lot of my watch later, you see them. There and you go through those lists where it say the truth, inspirational and motivational. Go through those playlists. I have some other players you're probably not gonna like, but that's on me. That's on me. That's what me to worry about, not you. And I don't care if you judge me because my judgment is not mine. My judgment is not just my almighty. My almighty is not the only one. As my man Derek, he come to the understanding too, Mr. Derek Williams. Our judgment is not only just us. It's not only just you. Our judgment ranges in front of everybody. Everybody is my persecutor. And if I don't supposed to excite my persecutor or incite, I supposed to show my persecutor, you got me wrong. Persecute me based on me. And when people are not persecuting you based on them, that's when the reflection, it becomes the Medusa. It casts them. Now let's go back to the stone. The stone always stay the same. The stone didn't change. Why would Medusa look at me and she's giving me all the punishment? And why am I consuming all of that punishment? Why am some coming? And if Medusa ever looked at herself, guess what? That's the beauty of this. And to me, is beauty. Think about what the word beauty mean and wonderful. Think about what those words mean. The beauty is Medusa can see a reflection of herself and turn into stone as well. Think about that. I remember hearing Prince saying pictures in the mirror is evil. How is that evil, Prince? Think about this. You used a sign that sign don't even mean what we think it means. Like the cross. It means to go back and forth. So when Prince look at the mirror, he said pictures in mirror is of the devil, imagery and holograms. So the reflection of you is of the devil. Think about that. See, I listen to what they say. They won't fool me just like Michael Jackson's song. It's just another part of me. We're taking over. We have the truth. This is our mission. I'm coming to you. So I'm sending love. So like you got to think about who is he talking about? What is he talking about? See, Michael always wrote his music, him and the Jackson 5. So Randy and Tito and all of them wrote their music. Their music was never written. But if you look at the top executives, producers for our best songs, it's not written by our people, not even of the same ethnicity. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. We don't even produce and have our own. And we're worrying about, like, I will see a man bashing a woman, or for me, I'm a man, I see my own ethnicity of women bashing me and belittling and degrading me, trying to make right. But I know something. They never look in the mirror. I'm talking about the man in the mirror. Ooh, ooh. And he always made the noises. You don't say it sounded like he was getting whooping, or I gotta look that up. Why did Michael always make them noises? So my life to me is not the same. And now I gotta get back to those people contacted me. They didn't even reach me. Some came in my face. But the higher order, the elites. So when you see people beyond their race, their ethnicity, and they are part of elites, those are agendas. They got orders and they are pawns. They have no, and I'm learning, take away the energies you're putting into all these things. They're not thinking like you. They're thinking, I'm saving my life, I'm saving my soul, which they don't even understand that their life and soul is taken away from them. They don't even have controls over themselves no more. They don't control themselves. They need what is making them, I guess, enjoy life. They keep needing this. They don't, they cannot enjoy life as me and you because they're not free. They say red pill, blue pill, or now it's a pink pill, or whatever pill, or what type of gland, what type of eye, what type of understanding or seeing. They need to have these differences to keep making you go around. That's why it's called a trance. You know you are who you are. Somebody keep telling me you not who you are because you have not done this, you have not done that, you have not taken this, you have not taken this, you don't under, and it's like I don't need all that because most of the time having little is better than having more. Less is better than more. Less is sometimes majority, and I can say at least how we do 100%. I can say 95% having less is better than having more. As they say, more money, more problems. We thought that was understanding of saying, well, why you got so money, more problems? Why you have more problems now? You got more money because you haven't took the time out to understand what to do with the money in the first place. So when you got the money, what are you doing? So when you got the power, what are you doing? Now you're being challenged and tried a different way. So the people that's part of the elites, Illuminati, which is called Mafia, it never changed. The names back then was Mafia, the Order, the Call, the Mark, the the now we got the government. We have the senators, the elected officials. We got to start thinking about what are these people a part of. Even people you hang out, even a regular household name, how we think somebody that's a rapper can go to prison, they'll change them out or do whatever to them and mess it. They don't have to do that. They don't have to do that. I don't have to do no more. I don't have to put more things on you than you already have in you. All I do is bring that out. So if you have hate, all I do is keep bringing out your hate more and more. All I gotta do is say things. But what I'm the truth, I am truth. What's going to happen is going to challenge in what you're saying. I don't care how you word it, how you say it, how you narrate it, how you quote it, how you phrase it, how you cliche it. You got to come out with the truth. You got to get rid of all those factors that is not truthful anymore. Because what I'm going to do is call you out. But your spirit, man, your spirit being of who you are is going to call you out on it. And that's what we are spiritually disconnected. We have no center. We have no more understanding. We have no more love. We have no more care. It's about things that won't help us when we die, before we die. It's about things that won't help me from person to person. Money don't help me from person to person. All money can do in this world as of now is get me is a tool. It get me to a direction I want to go. It don't put me in position. It don't help my mission. It don't change my focus. It don't change my purpose. It don't change my values. It don't change my morals and ethics. But that is what's happening to all these people. What now they're valuing different things a different way and then tell you there's something wrong with you. And then some people don't even realize what is wrong with them. And they try to put their ideals on you. I don't have to put my ideals on you. I want you to think. I want you to think differently for me so I can actually learn. So I can actually be like, okay, you got a point. I want it to be valid for you as it is valid for me. I want you to be as strong for you as you are strong for anyone else. I want you to celebrate you as much as you celebrate anybody else. So if your favorite artist died, I want you to celebrate yourself just as much. And you should be doing that little by little every day. Congratulate yourself. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a pat on the back. I don't need a lot of motivation. That's why I built myself up to be Now, as I was sitting there, like, I'm not useless, I'm useless and worthless, those reinforcements and um, affirmations took over. Those empowerment, it don't even, and it's funny because I have gotten better. Because I remember, you ever remember the first time you fast or the first time you tried to discipline yourself? Those habits and addictions you start kicking, you start getting rid of, you start eradicating, removing, deleting. It was, okay, I did this for 3 months. Okay, I did this for 5 months. Or how many times you start off? I did so many minutes, so many hours, so many days. Now, if you look at yourself, look at what you're doing now. You're no longer part of that order. You're no longer part of it because we forget we can be our own order, our own agenda that's meant for us to destroy and fail for ourselves. All I got to do is tell you a piece of information. Let me see how much you're going to study it. And that's what we don't do anymore. We don't study and research. We take one part, example, when we been through hurts and pain. And if we go to a place where the hurt and pain can be like kind of covered up and not allow you to fully use everything you learned. So example, relationship of a big example of interracial relationship, intermingling and interracializing. As I see people, I see African native descendant men or women go out of their race. And the things that they say is untrue. Because what I learned, now I grew up in a society where my stigmas and stereotypes of an African native descent, quote unquote, black man is all negative to every race of people around the world. I can be in Africa and there's a negative. But there's like, where are you from, Africa? It's a little less because it's not an Americanized standard. It's not an Americanized society or economical or cultural disarray or disdain for the people. But in America, we have a disdain for the men as me in America of my ethnicity. So what we failed to realize, I had to understand you can't compare me to no other man of other ethnicity, let alone any man of my ethnicity. Because the things I have been through on a daily basis. That's why on a daily basis, when I love myself, I am stronger than I think I am. I can be better as long as I work on me. See how that affirmation to that reinforcement to that empowerment kept me to who I was. It don't bother me. So what they say about me don't bother me, but I know in the word I'm going to go outside. I have some armor on. My skin is thicker. See, you used to be able to take a paper. I still can get a paper cut, but don't matter how much I try now, it's harder to get a paper cut. And I'm really trying to cut myself. I'm really trying to get a paper cut. I get paper cuts when I least expect it, but when I'm trying to do it, I can't cut myself. I'm really trying to, and see how it's harder. My skin is so thick now. My skin is so thick, I don't get paper cuts. So now I don't get paper cuts. Oh, I thought I had one. Didn't get one. Okay. My skin is so thick, I don't even get paper cuts now. Maybe in the odd, quick little stumbling block, I might get one. But when I'm trying to get a paper cut, I won't get it. And when I'm not trying, I won't get it. Because I'm building myself up to empower me. That nothing that she can say that she tell me that this type of ethnicity of man treated her better or different. And I'd be like, I don't worry about that because I am me. You have not met me. And I know what you're doing in your psyche. Your psychological telling you didn't do everything that you didn't say everything you would say to me as you would say to him. Your stigmas and stereotypes about your own people are not the same. Because what has happened, because that's why I want to say they're elite. They're making sure they're protecting. And what had happened is, for now, if they had to stand with their brother, that's their Caucasus, their Ural, whatever ethnicity, Middle Eastern, Asian, Chinese man, as a woman, guess what's going to happen to you? They're not going to stand with you. You're going to keep saying the ones you thought were standing with you were standing for you. But we have became resilient, persevere, and determined to do a lot of things greater than what we seen from what we was being told, what we were being displayed on TV. But you're not going to take that into account because you're going through the same thing. And since you have You call it no struggle love, easier time, because when that men of other ethnicity go to work, he's not going to deal with the same things that my ethnicity of men going to deal with. And see, you don't want to look at that no more. That's painful and hurtful. But I already built myself up that I won't get a cut. I won't get hurt by that. I know how to talk to you with sensibility and comprehension and understanding, and I can acknowledge the things that happen. There's still residue of what's going on, but you're accepting these people, these organizations that is meant to destroy you. As I keep doing more research, why is they destroying everything African and Native people build, create, and form? They even they even now at the point of shaving they're shaving and they doing half of a good job. I'm giving them props for that. Of messing up our foundation to even build a culture, to have a culture, to do anything together. Look at YouTube. Google YouTube, white man, black woman. White woman, black man. Google that. We don't even see that we out of it. We don't see it. We don't see it that we're not even. You want to go to another ethnicity of man, his same ethnicity of women, just like you say we hurt you. But I had to sit down and think about this. I hurt her, but I never met her. But then when you start actually talking to people, that's why I say our psyche is all messed up. The people you enjoy being around was the people that was hurting you. The people, think about this. The people you don't enjoy being around was the people that have no way to hurt you. You didn't give them a time. You didn't give them a chance. You didn't give them an opportunity. But at the same time, these are the same people that was not trying to hurt you. Think about that. Put some actually thought as you do these other distorted, toxic, and corrosive views of who you are. You don't even love who you are. We have put on makeup. We have put on these wigs. We have put weave on. Even we have put on a certain type of clothes as men. We have put on a certain footwear, undergarments, outer garments, and say, this is who I am. But that don't describe nothing who you are. You would know when you truly naked, when you can leave your house and say, this is who I am. The world going to accept me or not. And I came to understand that for order for someone to accept me, I have to accept me first. I don't need to be under a organization or affiliation by any contract. I don't need permission for no one. Already got it. We are allowing people that we never met, that just because they have a little money, they can control us. You're being controlled. I have made a lot. It's a recording called The Perfect Control Society of what they're doing. It's a perfect society. And one thing, this is hurtful me to say, I probably won't leave this no seed of me on this earth. But that's the same way to eradicate me as well. I will be okay with being eradicated since I have not left someone on this earth to spill evil upon my name. I'd rather be dead than to be put in bondage. And what white men have learned, and I'm going to have to start talking like this, what white men have learned, which black men didn't learn, because we're under the order, we're under the agenda, we're part of that control as well. A lot of us are, because we this is not our land. A lot of us, they told us either that we wasn't here and they brought us another place. We was here and they told us this is not our land, or we was here and they told us that somehow, some way, we was only made from over there. Some reason, but somehow a lot of us we all around the world, we can travel. I didn't know, just because they started putting laws and rules, because the people that was able to fire and manipulate everybody have the power. They became powerful. Somehow throughout the history of man, somehow we just want to dominate each other. And we don't want to live together. We don't want everybody to be fair. It's like we want to dominate. We want to be supreme. We want to be greater and better. People will say, well, you think, yeah, I'll tell a man, I am better than you. He say, why is you better than me? I said, by all the things I ever do, I am responsible and I hold myself accountable for me first before I do anyone else. And when a man start telling me, another human that bleed like me, whether they a different color or not, telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing, that's when I know he's being controlled. Because nobody should tell people what they should and shouldn't be doing. And we have to understand that. So when you start comparing men of other ethnicities to men as African and Native descent, we got to understand now that's the wrong idea we doing. That is wrong. We shouldn't be doing that because what we've been through and what they've been through been totally different. They went through a lot of struggle in the beginning. We're going to struggle all our time in America is going to be a struggle because we have not come together yet as a man and a woman or as a race. We the only race that they're constantly destroying I got to keep repeating this, destroying our property, destroy our resources. Nobody want to take in that. And then when I see interracial intermingling, I'll be like, that's not helping it. You're not bothering me because you're doing that. I don't feel bad. You think I feel bad. I just look at you because it's weird that, as I said before, if you look at the mirror and you see the reflection, just like Medusa did, you would turn into stone as well. So your lies, your facts is all lies. Your truths is all false. You won't take the time out and really try to understand who you are first so you can understand what's around you. And that's what they're doing. They're telling us this is not real. This is not happening. This only happened to you. You are repressed because of that. You are suppressed. You are depressed. You are all these different things. But you're sitting there like, there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with these other people. And we got to start calling that out. Until we start calling it out, we're going to constantly see the next generation, as we feel, is going to feel the same thing. So these white men, so we got Jewish now, they've been together. Tell them to go fight. Tell them to tell all the white men married to African Native descent women of our ethnicity and the white women, tell them to fight. If only way, salute to you, my brother. Agents are everywhere. Yes, sir. And what I'll try to explain is go tell them the only time they will protect another ethnicity if it's in their full benefit. If it's not in their full benefit, they're not. Because you got to think, if we go by history, if they tore down Black Wall Street, they're tearing down places. Think about this. I went to my first NBA game. I watched LeBron versus Clipper. It was like a plantation. See, nobody looked at it as a plantation because basketball is supposed to be entertainment purpose. But look at the monies that they're receiving. And I learned this real quick. In investment, reason black-owned business, quote-unquote black-owned business, do not work, as we talked about, as I stated before, and we all know this, there is no stock. No one's investing in that company. Not buying their products. Nobody, they don't have no place. I learned this when I started doing stock. And I learned oh, yes, they all are agents. They all pawns and decoy. And that's what I'm trying to explain to people. I'm probably going to have 1 million recordings like this month by month, hopefully year by year, and then be more in the streets, more in community centers. And we can start understanding and start educating these young men and women. You don't have to sign a contract for riches. They offered me, Mr. Williams, they offered me money. They said, I can give you a place. Listen to this. I can give you a place in the corporation. I can give you a place. I can make sure you make 100 million a year. But you have to believe certain things, which I'm not going to believe. I'm not going to believe money. They had to. So you telling me I understand money is a tool. Money would never be the power over me. Even my creator. Think about this. We talk about worshiping and reigning or revering and over our Almighty. I know people are not going to agree with this. But not one time even spiritually, that the creator said, you have to worship me. He said, I am the creator. I created you. He said, if I wanted robots, we got robots. He's like, y'all are able to make robots. Y'all can control those. Those are inanimate objects with no blood, no livelihood of knowing of what is going on. They have no knowledge. Forget what the movies say. Forget what all these technologies say. There's no brain. There's no blood. There's no spirit. There's no soul in a robot. You can control them. But he said to us, the Almighty, he said, I don't have to control you. And we sitting there thinking we'll go to heaven and just bow, Almighty. Why would we do that? If anything, if I'm going to take away from what the Almighty say to us, he said, you are my friend. If I'm, and we got to think about this. If he's the one and only, he's sitting on the throne all by himself. How we like to say it. I'm using that because that's the information was given to me from now to child. That is what our country shows is that certain religion. He the only one on the throne. He created all these people, and we're trying to meet the mark for ourselves so we can get to know him. Think about this. Think about this. Why would he just sit there and want us to bow down to him all day? He's one and only. That means he's by himself. If he's by himself, should you not be working on yourself by yourself? So when you present yourself in front, and this is even natural. When I present myself, yes, you can't phantom that. All the things they call it, like you say, the cloak and dagger. It's a miscommunication and a misconception. We keep missing, like we say, well, I had a child by accident or a mistake. How was that a mistake? You did a literal sense of, what's the word? The C word for having sex. Consensual sex. Consensual. Well, you should have you had sensual. You agreed by the notions, the head nods, the kisses, the movements, the touches, the lay down in the bed with a person, and you procreated a child. Where was that a mistake at? And why would you say that? Where's that an error at? That's life. You created a new life. So when we start if we don't start understanding, start actually putting thought and energies into our own understanding, we're going to constantly see this. So they're offering me money for high places and high positions because they know me. That's why they came to me, Mr. Derek, Mr. Williams, and telling me, I can give you this and this. I was like, no, you can't give me nothing. I'll give myself that. What do I need you for? And it's a constant. The most recent time was last month. No. And they do. That's why it's so many encrypted things on the internet now. I can make an encryption right now. I know how to write a encryption. Right. That's our child on accident. That's not an accident. It's no accident. Because when that child hear that change, that's like a bonding. I was an accident. Guess what happens in their mind? They spirit start looking around, but like, hold on, what the hell? Like literally, when you're gonna use the word correctly, what the hell you just did to your child? You literally just now, if there was a hell, you literally just put your child in hell. We don't know if there's a heaven or hell, but you just literally put your child in hell. You told your child, I'm giving you the grace, the hope, the greatness of having a child. You telling a child it's an accident. And people telling me I don't know how to talk about children. I shouldn't talk about children. Why? You the one telling these children it. And guess who's coming behind you telling your child that they're greater than who they think they are, because that's not who they was made for. They was made for greatness. They was made for good. But you're telling them they was made for accident. Accident. That's not even telling you are for it. I mean, that you're taking away your alignment, your spirit, your soul, your togetherness for that child, that bond, that matrimony, so when people say, well, your child didn't mature, well, you took it away. Why would he or she mature and you never gave them information? Just like even when I see people asking people for advice, your advice should not be changed. So if you intermingle and interracialize, and if you're going to tell a young lady to go out her race, you should tell her the same information you would tell her when she's in her race. But that's not done. Just like if I'm going to tell you to join a religion, I'm going to still tell you just as much if I say you should educate yourself, go to a certain college if you want. This is college is better for nursing. This college is better for when you want to become a lawyer because how they, I know it's an institution. Don't get me wrong. But if that's what you want to do, I should give you the best information I can. I'm not going to change my information based on how I just want you to view things. I want you to understand you first. And if you can't understand you, so that means everything you doing is not going to have a full understanding. That's why a lot of people like, man, I finally get it. I've been doing this one thing for year after year after year and never got it. And guess what? Now I get it. Because now finally all these things we're trying to understand is coming to their fruition. It's coming into their intuition. It's coming in. They're going into. So educating mean to go out. Now it's coming back in. Because they learned I should have did this for me first. I should have did this within me first. Now I can go out and now when the things right. Nobody ever saying heaven or hell. Nobody never heard. Nope. Exactly. It's all talk. It's talk, talk, talk. So like they say, talk is cheap. But you know what we will and we should do? There is an understanding. And for the day and age I am, as I talk to the gentlemen and the women I meet online, I come to an understanding. This is my now. And remember, I spoke about presence. This is my present. This is my gift. I'm able now to decipher or understand what I'm saying and doing can be the effect for my future. See how that works? Is no longer a problem. I don't need to pass information no more. It's good to look upon. If I felt like I missed some things, so some things I might have to go back and look at again. That's cool. I respect that. But that's not going to show me how it's going to work for now. People keep saying it was written for this. No, it wasn't. It's a lot of things that's not written that is happening right now in this day and age. And it's not everything is not always new under the sun. I thought about Stan Lee. He passed away, rest his soul. He made these comic books and these characters, and now we're making movies, and they're getting billions and millions off of this man. It had his permission because that's the type of man he was. I'm quite sure he was pretty wealthy, but he would have been richer if he decided to be a different way. Or if he decided he might not have been as rich if he decided to be more. No, you're not going to do it. But I thought about he came up with all these characters. And I'm trying to think back in history as any characters or people that I can think of that done it. And there's no history of another Stan Lee. So that tells me right there, some things are wrong in what we was taught. Not all tradition is right. Just like this modern day and age, we say our daughter is special, but what are our sons? Our sons is hard. He's a wimp. He's a sissy. You shouldn't cry when you fall. You shouldn't cry when you hurt yourself. But our daughters, they're sensitive. They're soft. Protect them by all means. Keep doing that. Oh, you don't. Oh no, that's not her fault. But now we're adults, and I'm listening to men and women saying all these crazy type of things. I'm saying here like, I know I'm held accountable and responsible for my actions. I'm not going to allow you to tell me it's my fault of how you is today. I've been abused. I'm not going to. And this is my understanding for me. I'm not going to allow the person that abused me to make me hate every other person. That's why I can have a conversation with any type of man, any type of woman. But any type of man, any type of woman is not willing because they're working, like we say, they're agents and pawns. They're going to work by the order. They're going to only work as far as their mind will limit it and restrict them. Their mind is not vast and open. Your mind, now, I say this, as remember I always say, choose wisely. Your mind should not be as open or as vast because maybe you can't hear. maybe you can't see, and maybe you don't fully understand everything. Maybe your spiritual alignment is building up so you can go to a line or go to a mark or reach a certain level. That don't mean you should do what everybody else. If you want to be married, go around married people. If you want to learn how to date people, go around people that's still recent in the modern day of dating. If you want to be a lawyer, go hang around lawyers. If you want to be a doctor, go hang around doctors. Why would you want to be married and hang around promiscuous people? Players, man eaters, womanizers, whoremongers. Why? That, unless you're just going because you're the partaker in a friendship or association or a event or situation you in, cool. But for me to want more in my life, in that area of my life, I have to go around what I'm looking for. And still, you still have to understand, everybody is still different. I'm only going for a wise counsel. I'm not going to tell them what me to do. Because if I tell them to tell me what to do, I got to keep coming back to them. And eventually, I'm going to have to step out on my own. But if I don't have enough knowledge, so just as a child leaves the house, if they don't have enough knowledge, how are they going to know what to do in the world? I don't care how much they watch you do it. They don't know how to do it because you never showed them and they never had an example. Just because you did it, you never said nothing. You never said, this is a bill. The bill is going to cost this much because we utilize this much. So the first example, well, groceries every month for a single person is probably $70 a month. 120 to the max. Depends on how you eat. A month. Now, it can be, depends on the type of person you are. If you eat healthier, it might be $170 to $120 a week. But that's up to you and your expenses. Nobody ever said that. And that's people like, well, that sounds stupid. You should understand that. Why should they understand that? Nobody never said nothing to them. And that's what I feel like I am the EI, the example to show young men and women, especially young African descendant men, you can be who you are, learn a lot of things. Let me be the example for you. And I ask my nephew. I say, nephew, I don't know a lot. I don't have a lot. But what I do know and have, let's do it together. I always said that to my nephew since he was a baby. I said, let's do it together. I said, we're going to learn together. I said, I have no reason to go out. And I don't remember very well. So I'm going to take the time out. I study stock. I look at stock every day. I still couldn't tell you what a lot of them abbreviation terminology mean. Don't matter because truly it's not where my heart want to be at. But I know I have to understand investment is key because the first investment is myself. I'm investing in myself. So I'm going to take the monies that I work for because I invested in my blood, sweat, and tears by literally lifting up things. And then at the end of the day, however, how I worked for that company or for myself, I have an income coming in because I have a clientele, or that company have clientele, and now they're able to pay me. So we have to remember that. And for us to go on, just like I was saying, how Bank of America, JP Morgan, Citizen Bank, USAA, all these banks, guess what they do all together? And I had just learned this. I was like, wow, they all invest in each other. Isn't that amazing? We always will talk about hatred. I ain't gonna say competitions because competition, your opponent supposed to build you up. Why wouldn't I want to play against the best player on the other team? Think about that. If you ever hear people, I don't care how friendly we are to each other off the court. But when we get on that court, why do not want to go against the best person? In order for me to get better, I have to be able to think differently. I have to strategize. I don't have to be better. All my strategy do and my execution have to be better for that one day, that 1 minute, that one moment, that one situation. And over time, guess what that do for me? It builds me up. So now when I get around other guys that's not thinking like me, guess what I'm hopefully is doing. And I would tell them, hey man, you ain't think hard enough. Or you thought too much. You did too much. Man, you had 4 moves. I seen you use 1 move all day and I stopped you. You had 10 points, I had 30, and I don't score 30. Because what I did, I have all these moves, and I had to not think about what I should be doing. And you got to remember how you invest in yourself. All these people around me, I am the example. I'm invested in myself. I don't expect them to be invested, but I know I hold stock. So as we're gonna come to the real side of it, of the being side, them young men is watching me. Don't matter if I know it or not. They hold stock in me. So that means they eyes is on me. I am their greatest example of what a man is. And then if it's my same ethnicity of young men, they gonna be like, wow, he's different. Even though he don't have this and that, he don't change. And as I tell people, I could have took the money. I can be living in some beach, some luxury house. But it's people that's dealing with people that's taking on these elite society orders, these agendas. So we got to understand that they're not working with us. They're not an example. It's corrosive and it's very toxic and it's killing us as a whole. Eventually, it's so I watch animals a lot. I learned that a lot of our understanding come from animals. I don't know why, but it's funny how we do. But even animals will help each other if they see danger. And we supposed to be the smarter, advanced people, but somehow we kill each other. I even tell this to my men: you killing your own neighborhood with drugs. I say to women, you saying you like this and you want that, but when you go on this side, you don't look at the same things anymore. You look at it a different way. You say, I'm not as protective, but he's not protecting you at all. He's just providing a certain support that you yearn for. But at the end of the day, you're not going to notice it because you don't want to notice it. So I'm the type of person, I'm noticing what's going on. Stop giving order. Stop giving your energies and time to this internet. Stop giving your energy and time and your money to these people on the internet. I don't care what their ethnicity is. Literally, a person would not sit there and keep saying the same hateful things about their ethnicity of men and women over and over. They would not always talk about blaming someone else. Just like I want to help you understand, challenge you, and guide you. You don't have to join an organization. It's a choice. But make sure you study that. Make sure you do the same points, the same truths, the same knowledge to understand, to educate yourself, to go out and do yourself a favor and get the right information before you do join an organization. Know why you join, who you joining for what. Think about the future. Think about what can and what happened. To join a certain group, like to be a Freemason, I would never join. You're not putting a sword up to my chest. Because basically, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I wasn't born by a sword. I was born by a woman and man that was willing to have me to this earth. And they procreated so I can have a life. I don't need someone to tell me, well, to have a better life, you got to do this and that. No, I don't. That's a rules. RUEL. That's a trick. That's a con. So we keep falling into all these different predicaments, and we constantly trying to break out of them over and over and over again. But what I say unto one, I say unto all, it's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. I say this to you. Stop following these people on this internet. Stop following people on YouTube. Look at their videos. They're toxic and corrosive. Is only beating you down and bashing and belittling people. Make that judgment to stop doing that. Stop following those people. You sit there and watch TV all day and won't read a book. Read a book. Go read a book about the taxes. You paying all your money to pay taxes, to do all these different things. Go read a book how to do your own taxes. Or go join a tax service that charges you less as you learn more. As you learn more, you should be charged less. Think about that. As you learn more and you get more, you should be charged less. The cost should be less. If the costs go up and you don't know as much, that's the problem. That's they say the rich get poor and the poor get richer. The rich get poor. I mean, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. That's not true. I found out that was a lie the other day. What happened is the rich have to say so. We're following their rules. We're following their command. So guess what? they're going to have first dibs and first order to have the control. And that's what these people are doing. We want to be better, but we don't want to take the time out to be better. We allow them can control us. We're consumed by them. We're consumed by all their actions. We need them. All their means is necessary compared to ours. We don't have no resources. We don't have no valid. How they say you have gold, you can make money. We don't have no. Basically, can't think of the word right now. The word not coming to me. We don't have no truth. We don't have no resources. We don't have nothing to stand on. And we want change. Boycotting is not working no more. Going out on these things not working because all they can do is demonize them and say we are hurting people and we're not. We're destroying things. We're not because they can do it, but they rally behind each other and they stay with each other. So of course they can say that, and it can look. It don't matter what we say and do. We're gonna be like, damn, they put the sheet right over our face again. They put the curtain right over us. But as I say, it's an order, is a rule. These people, they're paid off. They have money. They're given good positions. I was in that situation. And hopefully I hopeful that they never contact you. I hope they never try to see you anywhere. I hope nobody approaches you. It's not scary or dangerous. Like they say, the men in black can walk through my window. No, I'm not worried. Because that's not what they do. You know what you signed up. If you signed up, you have to. And then all these companies, you never read the fine print, have you? You'll be shocked. That paper you signed to join that company. You look up your company and see what that company you work for stand for. Who are they giving their affiliation and organization with? So when you sign their contract, you're connected to the company. Now you aligning yourself. You have to do what they say. So if you don't understand what they're doing and saying, guess what's going to happen? You're going to think they did you wrong. No, they didn't. You didn't read what you signed up for. So start looking into those things. Start trying to understand. And it's cold out. It's cold where I'm at. Stay hydrated because your body don't know that you need water. Try to eat more healthier in the winter so you don't come out of the winter fat, so you can be ready to enjoy the summertime. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your life. And stop allowing these things that has no control over your life control your life. I'm here to, and I hope this help encourage you. This make you feel better, be better within yourself. If you can't, you don't need to join anything. You don't need to be in a partnership or relationship to be good to yourself. I know you desire, and you yearn for things, but some things I would choose to accept. I don't need that to make me whole or complete because I am perfect. Perfect is being whole. Whole is holy. The well-being from the tip of my head to the bottom of my feet. That's who I am. It won't change. And my health is important to me, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and physically. Financially, that's a whole nother thing. That has nothing to do with my body. That has nothing to do with anything I do in my whole entire life. It's just a bonus, and it's great to have if you have it. Everybody's not going to be a millionaire. Everybody's not going to be a thousandaire. There's some people that's millionaire that don't work as hard. That's not even as bright as you. They have no education. Don't help people. They only do it just to get the funds for their taxes or they get money back. So I'm not looking at them as that. But I know it's these people that got orders and rules that's telling these people what to do and they're signed up for it. So these people on the internet with these names Beyond Black and White Elite, that's a lady. She went from Chrissy. It's people on there like there's Toxic and Corruptive, a O'Shea guy, a Cynthia G woman. It's a guy that speak truth, a woman. She go by Two-Tone Miami or Mrs. Two-Tone Miami, Red Supreme TV, a brother that insightful like me, brother Derek C. Williams, or a lady, she's insightful, Sarah Lena, Locks of Love, and another lady talk about investments, Erica Williams. So a lot of people have their role. And I'm not saying this or that about each person, but I know that one person, a lot of the people do have corrosive material and it's very toxic and it's not helpful to us as a race, and let alone as an ethnicity or a nationality of people. So I hope you have a good night. You sleep well. Put positive thoughts in your brain before you go to sleep so you can wake up positive. Affirmations, positive, good, morals, values, ethics. If you can't stand by those, I don't care what you do in your life, you will never be happy. That's why you're going to have to talk about how you're doing better than other people. That's why you're going to have to come against other people. All right, I'm going to stop. You have a good night. Shalom.